Cardi B goes nuts after Stefon Diggs' unbelievable decision on their relationship. The lights in the backstage hallway of the award venue were dim, humming softly as the event wound down. Cardi B had just finished an explosive performance, glitter still clinging to her shoulders, her heartbeat still racing, her lungs still burning with adrenaline. But beneath all of that stage energy, something else was bubbling: anxiety. A weird, heavy feeling that had been sitting on her chest all day. All because Stefon Diggs had refused to answer her calls. She texted him earlier, "Call me when you can, red heart," and usually he would immediately reply with a cute voice note or a selfie from the gym. But today? Silence. Nothing. Not even a delivered stamp for hours. And Cardi B knew, her intuition never failed, something was off. By the time she reached her dressing room, her phone buzzed. One single notification. "Stefon, we need to talk. FaceTime when you done." Her heart dropped. Everybody knows, "we need to talk" is the nuclear button of relationship phrases. She called him instantly. When Stefon answered, he looked exhausted. Not physically, emotionally. Like a man carrying something too heavy, too messy, too dangerous to say out loud. Cardi didn't play. "What's wrong, Stefon? Why you look like that? What's going on?" He exhaled. Long, hard. Like he'd been holding this in forever. "Cardi. I made a decision." She froze. A cold rush went through her body. "What decision?" Another pause. Then the bomb. "I think we need to break, or at least take a long pause." Cardi didn't understand at first. She blinked. Waited. Blink again. Still didn't understand. "A what?" she whispered. Stefon rubbed his face. "I'm not doing this right. I can't keep hurting you. The lifestyle, the attention, the rumors, the pressure on you, on us, it's too much. I'm stepping back. I think it's best if we..." "No. No, you are not." That's when Cardi snapped. She stood up so fast she nearly knocked over the mirror lights. "You're breaking up with me after everything? After everything we've been through? After everything I supported you with? After all those nights I was crying and you held me? After all the promises you made?" Stefon stayed quiet, but his eyes softened. "I love you. You know that," he said quietly. "But love is not enough when the world is tearing us apart." "Oh, now you want to talk about the world?" Cardi fired back. "Where was this energy when you were telling me you wanted a family with me? When you were telling me I was the only woman who understood you? When you were talking about moving together? Now suddenly you want to pull back." She started pacing the room, hands flying everywhere, her voice rising. "Stefon, you not gonna play with me like this. You not. I'm done being the one trying while everybody got something to say about us. I've been defending you, protecting you, choosing you." He interrupted softly, "And that's exactly why I don't want to drain you anymore." That line. That line broke her. Her breath got shaky, her eyes watered instantly. "Drain me?" she whispered. "You think loving you drains me? You think being with you breaks me? That's not what breaks me. What breaks me is you pushing me away every time something gets hard." She wiped her face aggressively. "I don't need perfect. I need real. I need you." Stefon swallowed hard. His eyes were glossy. But he remained silent. That silence made Cardi lose it even more. "You know what's crazy?" she continued. "You're making this decision like I'm some weak girl who can't handle pressure. Stefon. I've been through pressure. I've been through the fire. You ain't protecting me by walking away, you're hurting me." Then she grabbed her chest dramatically. "You think people gone talk less if you leave me? No. They gone talk more. They gone clown me. They gone drag me. But I don't care about none of that. She stepped closer to the screen. Do you care about me? Stefon's jaw tightened. More than you know, he whispered. Then why you doing this? She cried. He closed his eyes. I'm scared, Cardi. I'm scared I'm not enough for you. I'm scared the drama, the rumors, the expectations, I'm scared it's too much. I'm scared to lose you, but I'm also scared of hurting you. Her tears finally broke free. And now you are losing me. He shook his head. I'm not saying forever. I'm saying even if we step back for a little. No. You don't get to put me on pause like a song. She slammed her fist on the table. You wanna leave? Then say it with your chest. Tell me you don't want me. Tell me you don't love me. Tell me you don't want the future you promised. Stefon's lips trembled. I can't say that, he whispered. Exactly, she said through tears. Because it's not true. You love me. I love you. And you throwing it away because you scared of the noise. Silence again. She stared at him. He stared at her. The tension was so thick you could slice it with a knife. Finally, Stefon spoke. His voice cracked. I'm not breaking up. I'm stepping back to fix myself. To fix everything around us. To be better for you. Cardi's heart twisted. Why didn't you say that from the beginning? She breathed. Because I didn't know how, he whispered. She collapsed in her chair, exhausted, crying, shaking her head. This relationship is not easy, she whispered. But nothing real is easy. And I'm not letting you go. Stefon exhaled, relief passing over his face. You still want us? He asked. She glared at him with red watery eyes. If I didn't want you, you think I'd be screaming like this? He chuckled painfully. That little laugh made her tear up even more. She wiped her face. Come home. She whispered. Please. Let's talk. Face to face. Not like this. He nodded slowly. I'm on my way. Hours later. Stefon arrived. No cameras. No security. Just him, hoodie on, eyes tired, heart heavy. When Cardi opened the door, she didn't speak. She just threw herself into his arms. He held her like he hadn't breathed in hours. I'm sorry, he whispered into her hair. I'm sorry too, she cried. They stayed like that for minutes. Holding each other. Breathing each other in. Both terrified, both relieved, both overwhelmed. Finally, Stefon pulled back and looked into her eyes. I didn't make the decision to leave you, he said softly. I made the decision to fight for us. Even if that means stepping back from everything else. Cardi sniffed, confused. What you mean? I told my agent I'm taking time off. No interviews. No press. No distractions. For the next few weeks, it's just us. Cardi gasped. You what? I choose you, Cardi, he said firmly. Not the noise. Not the world. Not the drama. You. She covered her mouth, stunned, overwhelmed. Then she burst into tears again, but this time, tears of relief. You serious? She whispered. He kissed her forehead. Dead serious. She threw her arms around him again. You better not ever scare me like that again, she muttered against his chest. He laughed softly. No more surprises. Except good ones. She looked up at him. Good ones like what? He smiled. You'll see. Her eyes widened. Stefon, don't play with me. He smirked. Baby, you know I don't play about you. Here we go, a very long, dramatic, emotional, cinematic, YouTube-ready story exactly in your style. Let's dive deep into the chaos. Fire. Cardi B goes nuts after Stefon Diggs' unbelievable decision on their relationship. Extremely long, dramatic, emotional, full of twists. The sun was setting over Los Angeles, but there was nothing peaceful about this evening. Cardi B had just wrapped up a long, exhausting studio session when her phone vibrated with a message so unexpected, so shocking, so unreal that she froze. Right where she was, staring at the screen without blinking. It was from Stefon Diggs. "We need to talk. I've made my decision." Cardi's heart stopped. Every instinct in her body told her that this was not going to be good. She had seen Stefon distant lately, the late-night silence, the unread messages, the cancelled plans, but she never imagined the moment would come with such cold authority. She breathed out slowly, collected herself, and replied. "What decision? What's going on?" But he didn't respond. Not for 10 minutes. Not for 30 minutes. Not for 2 hours. And as time stretched on, Cardi's anxiety turned into a violent storm inside her chest. She couldn't sit, couldn't rest, she paced around the studio like her soul was about to burst out of her body. Finally, her phone rang. Stefon. She picked up instantly. "Stefon, what decision? What's happening?" she asked, her voice trembling. There was a long silence on the other end. She could hear him breathing heavily, like he'd just been running or wrestling with something inside him. Then he spoke. "I think we need a break. The world stops." Cardi felt the entire room spin. A break? After everything? After all the promises, all the late-night confessions, all the emotional storms they survived together? A break from what? From me? From us? "Why now?" she snapped, her voice cracking into a scream. But Stefon sounded stone cold, like he'd already softened the blow for himself long before delivering it to her. "I need to focus. Football, family, my mental space, things are piling up. And honestly, maybe we jumped too fast." That sentence, "we jumped too fast," shattered Cardi's last bit of calm. She exploded. Cardi B goes off like never before. "Jumped too fast," she yelled, pacing, hands shaking. "So everything you told me was what, a lie? An impulsive habit? Another distraction?" Stefon tried to speak, but Cardi was already spiraling. "No. No way. You don't get to do this after I let you into my heart like that." Her voice cracked. Tears were streaming before she could catch them. "I changed things for you, Stefon. I opened doors for you emotionally. I trusted you. And now you waking up one day and making a decision without even talking to me?" Stefon sighed heavily. "Cardi, it's not like that." "No, it's exactly like that," she cut him off. "Because when you love somebody, you don't make decisions in private and announce them like a press release." Her chest tightened. She wiped her tears aggressively. "Say it straight, are you ending this?" The silence that followed was so long it felt like punishment. Then Stefon said the words that sent Cardi into full meltdown mode. "I think space will be better, for both of us." Cardi loses control. She screamed. Not cute. Not soft. Not controlled. A raw, painful, heart-wrenching scream. "Space? After you held me like I was your world? After everything we planned? After you said you couldn't imagine your future without me?" Stefon tried to calm her. "Cardi, you're not listening." "No. You're not listening," she roared. Her voice echoed off the studio walls. A sound engineer stepped in quietly to check if she was okay, but she waved them away with fury. She was shaking now, angry, heartbroken, betrayed. The unbelievable decision revealed. Finally, Stefon said it, the part he'd been hiding. "I'm thinking about moving back to Buffalo for a while. And I want to go alone." Alone. That word struck her like lightning. This wasn't just a break. This wasn't about football. This wasn't about space. He was removing himself from her life completely. She leaned against the wall, breath uneven. Her eyes widened as